viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking your time out to watching the video and interacting with the videos as well. Right, so as you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to be discussing the first ODI between the West Indies and Bangladesh. The West Indies had a very impressive victory in the end over them, on the back of some brilliant batting performances. So we're going to be looking at the match, scores in the match, looking at the overall performances of the players, and sharing my thoughts on the match as well, right? But before I get into the details, would really appreciate if you take a few seconds to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, right? Simple and easy ways for you to support the channel, but it really goes a far way in helping the channel, right, to grow and otherwise. So we'd really appreciate if you can take a few seconds to do that as we get into the details. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into it, right? So the first ODI between the West Indies and Bangladesh, took place today. And like I said earlier, it was a very impressive batting display from the West Indies to win this match in the end, right? So scores in the match, Bangladesh batted first, and they posted a total of 294 for 6 of their 50 overs. And if I'm being honest, that was actually, a lot less than I'm sure Bangladesh were expecting to score. At one point, it definitely seemed as if they were going to be able to get far above the 300 mark. But the West Indian bowlers were able to pull it back, by taking key wickets, at key intervals, and were able to restrict them, to below the 300 run mark in the end, right? So leading the way with the batting for Bangladesh was their captain, Mehedi Miraj. He made 74. Also for them was Tanzid Hassan. He made 60. Mamadullah Joy, he made 50 or 44. And Jaka Ali, he made 48 or 40, right? And they were the main contributors to the bat for Bangladesh in their innings of 294 for 6, right? Bowling for the West Indies, we had Romari Shepherd leading the way for us with the ball. In terms of wicket taking, he took 3 for 51 from his 10 overs. Alzarri Joseph took 2 for 67 from his 10 overs. So Alzarri was a bit expensive, right? But that's why I was saying, Bangladesh, they started off really aggressive and they were scoring really fast. And it takes some brilliant bowling in the back end for us to pull them back and restrict them to 294. So Alzarri 2 for 67. And Jaden Seals also a bit on the expensive side. He took 1 for 63 from his 10 overs, right? And Gudakesh Moti was the other player that bowled 10 overs. He bowled his 10 overs and took none for 42. So economical, but not getting any wickets. But that pressure that Moti added to them, like I said, they started off fast. So even though Moti didn't take any wickets, his bowling, definitely contributed to us restricting them to less than 300 runs, right? So brilliant bowling by to pull back the scoring in the end, right? And we also had Justin Graves and Rastan Chase, bowling a few overs as well. So 294 for 6 was Bangladesh's score, which meant that we needed 295 to win. And to be honest, we got off to a shaky start, right? Losing both Shea Hope and Evan Lewis cheaply. Not Shea Hope, Brandon King and Evan Lewis cheaply, to begin with, right? So I think Brandon King made 9 and Evan Lewis made 16, right? So we fell to 27 for 2 when both of those batters were out, right? But in came Captain Shea Hope, and kind of steadied the ship a bit with Casey Carty, right? Before Casey Carty got out for 21, right? Shea Hope, he played a captain's innings, right? And I must commend Shea Hope for that, and I mean, I'm at this point as West Indian fans, we can say it's typical Shea Hope, right? We've kind of come to expect these types of innings from him, and I always say this about Shea Hope. Shea Hope is one of those batters that you feel comfortable with him at the crease in any situation, right? If it's a situation where we need to score fast, even though he's not our biggest hitter, we've seen him adapt and score runs in quick succession, when needed. If it's a situation where a bit of rebuilding is needed, to kind of help repair the innings from losing early wickets, he's done that. And that was what he did today, right? He made and scoring at a very fast rate as well, right? So he made 86 from 88 before he was out. But the performance of the match and the man of the match, right, without any question, was none other than Mr. Reliable, Sherfian Rutherford, right, scoring his maiden ODI century, right, scoring 113 from just 80 balls, right. So that's like T20 batting, right. Not only did he get 100, he scored it in a very quick time, right, and it was exactly what the West Indies needed, right, 113 off 80, and Rutherford just going further to cement his place in the team, right, and arguably our best batter right now in the team based on the format he's been in, right. I think he's played 10 ODI matches so far in West Indian colours. Even though we know he's been around for a while, but in the ODI format, that this was just his 10th match, and his form that he's been in over recent months, right. I think he has 5 half centuries and now a century in 10 matches. Right, so that's what 6 matches that he scored over 50 runs, right. Just brilliant batting. I think Rutherford, he has unlocked something in his game. I must say, and he's definitely taking his batting to another level, and I think it's more mental than anything, and I hope the other players, the other batters, in the team, whether it's in the T20 team or the ODI team, are paying attention to Sherfield Rutherford and his approach to batting, right. He's definitely batting with his head. He's playing situations well. Even though he scored his 100 off just 80 balls, right. He didn't start out all that convincing, right. I think he got hit in the head with the ball twice early on in his innings, but he did not let that affect him. He held his composure and just gave himself time at the crease, really. And once he got his eyes in, then he was able to capitalize on the Bangladesh bowlers and just start smashing boundaries all over the place, right. So well done to Sherfield Rutherford. Congratulations on a maiden ODI century. Like I said, he's just been in brilliant form. He scored a century in T10 in the Abu Dhabi T10 I think it was last week, right? 10 over match and he scored a century. So Rutherford, this purple patch that he's in, I'm just hoping that it can continue for a very long time. And he's a smart cricketer, a smart batsman. We saw it in the T20 World Cup, the way he spoke after playing that match winning. I think he was 65 he made for us in the T20 World Cup. And just what he said, when being interviewed after the match, it tells you that this is a player that is not just out there just swinging the bat, right? He's definitely being very calculated in his approach, in terms of what bowlers he takes on and how he plays situations. So well done to Sherfield Rutherford. Also definitely a worthy mention as well is Justin Greaves. Justin Greaves made 41 not out from 31. But even though he didn't get a half century or a century, he definitely played a role. That was he in a very important partnership between himself and Sherfield Rutherford to get us over the line in the end, right? So when him and Rutherford got together, the score was 93 for 4 when Shea Hope got out, right? So there was still over 100 runs to get, for us, right? With just about 13 overs remaining in the match, right? So it was definitely a crucial point in the game, and Justin Greaves came in and did his thing, right? Scoring 40 off 31, scoring at a fast rate and rotating the strike and giving Rutherford the strike when needed as well. So a huge shout out to Justin Greaves on the way he batted as well in this one, and guiding us to victory, right? So well done to our batters. Our bowling, they so let me not be extremely too critical on them, right? Our opening bowlers, right, in the beginning, we definitely need to work on that, right? But at the same time, in the same breath, also commending the bowlers for how they pulled back the scoring and were able to restrict Bangladesh in the end, right? So overall, a good team performance, right? But definitely kudos and a huge shout out must go to our batters, especially Shea Hope, Sherfield Rutherford, and Justin Greaves, who were the main contributors with the bat for us in this one. So we have a 1-0 series lead, and I think coming into this match, Bangladesh had won, I think, 11 consecutive ODI matches against us, right? So, you know, there was a lot at stake in this one. You know, good to see that streak has been broken, and also good to see that we're continuing carrying on that momentum from the series victory that we had over England in the ODI series as well, right? So, and hopefully on Tuesday we can come out and secure another victory and win this series as well, as we look to kind of build back our stature in the 50 over format, right? You know, we kind of fell off, you know, in that format a bit. So, you know, I'm happy to see that Darren Sammy and the team, you know, they're building a bit of momentum. You know, obviously a long way to go. You know, firstly winning this series, you know, of course, but you know, it's looking promising. I like what I'm seeing, and hopefully, you know, we can just continue in this vein and continue to produce positive results for the team, and other batters can continue to step up and play well, you know, along with our informed batters. Trevor Rutherford, you know, hopefully he can just continue remain in this purple patch of form that he's been in, right? He's definitely been a huge revelation for the West Indies team, you know, this year, right? And I'm definitely hoping that he can continue this way for us, right? But again, so West Indies win this one by 5 wickets. The next ODI will be on Tuesday, and definitely looking forward to see, you know, how we'll do in that one as well, right? But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. Again, Rutherford made the ODI century, carries us to gives us a 1-0 lead in the series. Do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.